Om. Om. Om.
ॐ शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः।
Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, first verse, we were seeing the Prastavana Bhashya. Read the Prastavana Bhashya from Sarvam, beginning.
सर्वम् उत्पद्यमानं क्षेत्र क्षेत्रज्ञ संयोगाद् उत्पद्यते इति उक्तम् तत् कथम् इति तत् प्रदर्शनार्थं परं भूयः इत्यादिः अध्यायः आरभ्यते।
Continue.
अथवा ईश्वरपरतन्त्रयोः क्षेत्र क्षेत्रज्ञयोः जगत्कारणत्वं न तु सांख्यानाम् इव स्वतन्त्रयोः इति एवमर्थम्। प्रकृतिस्थत्वं गुणेषु च संगः संसारकारणम् इति उक्तम् कस्मिन् गुणे कथं संगः के वा गुणाः कथं वा ते बध्नन्ति इति गुणेभ्यः च मोक्षणं कथं स्यात् मुक्तस्य च लक्षणं वक्तव्यम् इति एवमर्थं च।
Sri Bhagavan Vacha Paramiti. The connection of this chapter with the previous one is being given. Earlier, in the 13th chapter, entire Jagat is born of Sanyoga between Kshetra and Kshetrajna was told. Yavat Sanjayate Kinchit Sattvam Stavara Jangamam Kshetra Kshetrajna Sanyoga Tadvidhi Bharatarshava. The entire creation is born of Sanyoga, union in terms of Adhyasa between Kshetra and Kshetrajna. This was told. Now, Bhagavan is telling something additional to that. By Param Bhuya Ityadi, this new chapter is begun. So this is one way of looking at this 14th chapter. Other way of looking at this chapter is, what was told earlier is, Karanam Guna Sangosya. That is, Kshetra and Kshetrajna are Jagat Karana, but they are dependent on Ishvara. Unlike Sankhya. In case of Sankhya, Purusha, Atma, and Prakriti are two different things. And because of combination of these, Jagat takes place, but they are independent and unconnected. So Ishvara factor doesn't come there at all. Unlike Sankhya, not like Sankhya. Here, Kshetra and Kshetrajna. Kshetra, the entire Jagat, the Drishya Jagat Upadhis. Kshetrajna, the Jiva. Both are dependent. These serve as the cause of Jagat, but both are dependent on Ishvara. So that is what is called Prakriti Tattvam. One reason is Prakriti. Purusha Prakriti Sthaha. What is the Prakriti Sthaha? Purusha having adhyasa with Prakriti and Guna Sangha. So Guna Sangha, Guneshu. Natu Sankhyanam Swatantra Yoga. This meaning, iti evamartam, is told where in the earlier chapter, in the phrase Prakriti Sthaha, Purusha Prakriti Bhukti Prakriti Guna, Karanam Guna Sango se Sadasadyodi Janmasu. This was told there. So that is, this was also told in the earlier chapter that Purusha abiding in the Prakriti in the sense, the Adhyasa, mutual superimposition between Purusha and Prakriti gives rise to the birth of Jagat. Not only that, Guneshu Sangha, Karanam Guna Sango se Sadasadyansu. For Jiva to take higher and lower embodiment, the cause is Guneshu Sangha. Gunesh Sangha means in the Gunas, Sangha, connection in the sense Atma Bhava, mistaking the Gunas in terms of Sukha, Dukkha, Upadhis, etc. as oneself. So, Gunesh Sangha is what Samsara Karanamiti Uktam. Chapter 13, stanza 21, Purusha Prakristoye, etc. Earlier was Yavat Sanjayate, stanza 26. Iti Uktam. This is what was told in the earlier chapter. That leaves a room for many questions which are not answered there in the 13th chapter. What are the possible questions? Let us take the topic wise first. We can take number one as Ke va gunaha. You are talking of gunas. What are those gunas? Number one. Kasmin. See, this is order, not as Bhasya. Order as the topic is taken. Then we take Kasmin gune katham sangha. In which guna? Sattva guna, rajo guna, tapa guna. Katham sangha. How is the adhyasa or connection does take place? Second question. Katham va badnanti. How these gunas or this sangha bind the individual jiva? Again, gude bhasya bhokshanam katham syat. How can one get freed from these gunas? Fourth one. Fifth question. Muktasya lakshanam vaktavya. what are the features of the person who is free from these gunas, independent of this guna. Iti evam artham. For the sake of explaining these topics, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Bhagavan says, Param Bhuya, etc. Read the verse.
श्री भगवानुवाच परं भूयः प्रवक्ष्यामि ज्ञानानां ज्ञानमुत्तमं यज्ञात्वा मुनयः सर्वे परां सिद्धिमितो गताः।
Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Even though Arjuna for the time being has not asked any question, being a teacher, he knows what are the points not yet clarified further. So himself picks up the thread. Jnananam uttamam param jnanam bhuya pravakshami yajñātva sarve munayah itaha param siddhim gataha. Param siddhim gataha. Jnananam uttamam jnanam. Among all types of knowledge, he says, uttamam param jnanam. Among all types of knowledge, see, try to know why it is so. This knowledge, which knowledge? What is called technically as Atma Vidya, Brahma Vidya, or in general called as Paravidya. In contrast to Aparavidya. All branches of knowledge, including Karma Kanda, Upasana Kanda of the Vedas. So all they are clubbed in the category of Aparavidya. And Yaya Tad Aksharam Adhigamyati, this Mundaka Upanishad, that by which Akshara, indestructible Brahma, is known, that is Paravidya, superior knowledge, higher knowledge. That doesn't mean Aparavidya is inferior knowledge. No. But only we can say, not the superior knowledge. That's how come? Because through Aparavidya only you can prepare your mind and take to Paravidya. Don't think Aparavidya is useless. And not only that, to live in this world, Aparavidya is necessary. That is why India was a prosperous country during the Vedic age. They had mastered Aparavidya, and they had gone to Para. Mature people took to Paravidya. So therefore here, Param Jnananam, among all types of knowledge, Uttamam, the best one. What knowledge it is? Param Jnanam. What is that Param? Because it is about the most exalted Brahma, the Param Brahma. Among all the knowledge, the best one, that is the knowledge of Param Brahma, the Chaitanya and Chaitanya. Hello. Is what he said? Bhuyad Param Jnanam. Uyaha pravaksham. Arjuna, not that I have not explained to you, not that I have not imparted this knowledge to you. I have done it. Yet, again, in addition to what I have told, Param Bhuya Param. And this knowledge is such that Yajñātva, having known which, in the sense, having gained which knowledge, this Parabrahma Jnana, Sarve Munaya, all Munis. Munis can be Sannyasina or Mananashila. Sannyasis who have already accomplished whatever that can be gained by karma and upasana. Their duritas are destroyed, durita kshaya has taken place. Shuddha antakarana is there by upasana, chitta, naishchalya. They take to vividisha sannyas. The pursuit of gaining the Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana by taking to Vedantic Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasa. They are called Munaya. Or did not be sannyasi, Mananashila. Who have Mananashila means who have got to a great extent. Cannot be sannyasi, but grahastha. To a great extent, Shuddhantakarana is Chitta Naishchalya is there. And they have taken to Shravana, Manana, and they constantly dwell on what is the Swarupa, what is the nature of Jagat, who is Ishvara, how they are interconnected. Not that we are grahasthas, so we can have raga, dvesha, kama, krodha, lobha, moha. Nowhere it is true. Being grahastha is not a license to have all this. There also, it is what is the training field. You have to struggle to get them out. And if you are taken to Vedanta, Adhyatma Vidya, no excuse, no room for kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsa. So long as you have got hatred for even a one entity in the entire cosmos, what Brahmajnana you are going to get? Hating others and Brahmajnana cannot go together like light and darkness. The Mumukshu should be very, very cautious not to allow to waste his effort. Antakarana has to should. Otherwise, it is like that olden days cooking. See, nowadays cooking is more mainly in stainless steel utensils. Olden days, cooking was done in the copper vessels. Copper vessels, if you directly cook, it will get poisoned. Because sour content comes means it gets poisoned. So they used to do what is called as tinning. Kalai, apply that zinc, I think. Tinning, they used to say with that, and they used to, if without tinning, if you cook, let us say, if you, that is a big festival is there, or a marriage ceremony is there, so many people are going to come for food, and the best cook is brought, and let us say, rasam, unique one. And what cooked by whom? The best cook. But the vessel was copper without tinning. Waste, not only waste, dangerous. But tinning has to be likewise. Any amount of Vedanta, with the mind full of hatred, jealousy, this, kama, krodha, lobha, just a waste. Not desirable, it can be harmful also. It will boost the ego. I studied so much things, etc. It's not going to give the optimum result. Some punyas will be there, that cannot be denied. So, uttamam jnana, munayaha. So they did not be sannyasi, but externally not sannyasi. Internally, they have the same features of sannyasi. Now, one more thing. There can be externally sannyasi with the kapada sannyasi. Internally, no disposition to have this knowledge. That is also not desirable. One should be very careful about this in the present days as in Kali Yuga. That also is not desirable. So, munayaha sarve, sannyasinaha or mananashilaha. Sarve, without exception. Itaha. Itaha means having left this body, after departure from this body. What is that? Param siddhim gata. Gataha praptaha. They got. What they got? Param siddhim. The great accomplishment. Not simply great, greatest accomplishment. Moksha. Itaha. Having got freed from this bondage of body, having left the body, either way, one, the Jivan Mukti state, left the body, free from identifying with that. Videya Mukti, even that actual body given up. They get the moksha. So for that is now additional knowledge Bhagavan is going to tell us. Let us see the Bhasya. Param jnanamiti.
परम ज्ञानमिति व्यवहितेन संबंधः.
See, word param is an adjective. What is the noun for that? Say, jnanam. It is not immediately there. Generally, an adjective precedes that noun. But here, between para and jnanam, how many words are there? Bhuyaha, pravakshami, jnana. 3 words are there. So that a sentence means like this. Param jnanamiti vyavahitena, make adhyara there. Shabdena sambandha. Shabdena should be added there. The paramiti, param jnanamiti. If the phrase has to be taken as what? Param jnanam. Right? So the connection is with what? Vyavahita shabda. Vyavahita means placed apart. If they come near param, next to param, but it is placed elsewhere, there's a gap. So vyavahitena, by the word which is placed apart, sambandha, connection, means this way param adjective should be connected to the noun shabdena. Continue. Bhuyaha.
भूयः पुनः पूर्वेषु सर्वेषु अध्यायेषु असकृद् उक्तमपि प्रवक्ष्यामि.
He has said bhuyaha. Bhuya means again. Again, is what? Arjuna was sleeping, and Krishna, he suddenly got up, and Krishna said, okay. Let it go. I will teach you again. No. We are Puna in the sense what? In addition to what I already taught you, again further. Why Krishna says so? Was Krishna not satisfied with what he taught so? Not possible. Why? Jagat Guru. You will not commit such mistake. For him, nothing is a problem. Even this word, Mahabharata war, just zero or the battle also is not a problem. See, can you imagine anyone giving Adhyatma teaching at such a dreaded hour? He is what? Without any concern for what is around. How come? If you and we were there, what did happen? That is why is Krishna Yogeshwara. Everything is under control. The Niyati, the laws of Ishvara cannot be transgressed by others. He knows what he does. Not that we may just like this. He could have destroyed all Kauravas and the brood. You won't do that. In the right manner only, it will be done. Ishvara can do anything just by sankalpa. He need not do anything at all. By will, he can do it. Can turn the sky into earth, earth into sky. Not that he will do it, but he can. That's why Yogeshwara. But he says, Bhuyaha, why Punaha? The reason. What is the Krishna knows that this Tattva Jnana, knowledge about the real nature of oneself is what? Durbodha. Very, very, very difficult to know. Krishna also knows. Why? Because our mind is so preoccupied in the external world. First thing, such a truth that mind will hesitate to accept. Shraddha will not be there. Even though Shraddha is there, the total contrast between what we are in reality and what we experience ourselves to be moment by moment is so vast. Again, that Shraddha becomes shaken. So therefore, to take to Adhyatma, that staunch Shraddha is necessary to begin with. Why? Then as individual, an entity of the stature of Krishna is teaching, the Jagat Guru is teaching, Yogeshwara is teaching. The one who has taken the very embodiment out of love for humanity, one who has nothing to get from this world, one who has nothing to lose from this world, and yet, out of love for humanity, he is imparting this knowledge. Such an entity can never tell a lie. Selfish interest, vested interest are not there at all. And therefore, we should have Shraddha to begin with. Okay. This knowledge is certainly difficult to get, and therefore, out of motherly concern, as it were, how best it can be taught to the mumukshu. From that angle, same topic from different standpoint is unfolded. If this method doesn't work, other method may work. If that method doesn't work, still other may work. Depends on the individual level of the intellect, individual capacity of the intellect, individual sanskara of the person. So Krishna doesn't want to spare any effort to make this knowledge very clear. So on his own he volunteers. Again, punaha. Why punaha? Krishna is aware that he has done the job very well. Purveshu sarveshu adhyayeshu asakrit uktamapi pravaksham. Purveshu sarveshu adhyayeshu. In all earlier chapters, this knowledge was imparted how, or this was taught how? Asakrit uktamapi. Though ukta means taught, asakrit means repeated. Though the nature of Atma, the Atma Swarupa, described and taught repeatedly in earlier chapters, yet it says, pravakshami, pravakshena, prakarshena, yathavad vakshami. I am going to teach you yathavat, exactly as it is. Prakarshena, the very great exalted manner. Now, what is that param? Bhasya continue.
तच्च परम परवस्तु विषयत्वात् किम तत् ज्ञानं सर्वेषां ज्ञानानाम् उत्तमम् उत्तमफलत्वात्.
Taccha param, param jnanam pravakshana. That whatever jnana referred to as what? Param, the most exalted. Taccha param. Why it is called param, exalted? Because paravastu vishayatva. That knowledge is about the vastu, the entity which is para, exalted, namely Brahma, Neyam Brahma. That knowledge pertains to Brahma, is the most exalted entity, and therefore the knowledge also is great. Why Brahma is most exalted entity? Then the ultimate reality. Not only that, all that you seek is what? Is gained by knowing this our Sarupa Brahma. All what is that all we seek? Simple. Acquisition of joy, abandoning their sorrow. Live forever. All that you want is total limitless happiness, totally free from sorrow forever. This can be possible only by knowing our Swarupa, that is Brahma Swarupa. No other means possible. So that being the case, it's a very difficult topic, and therefore So because it pertains to Parabrahma, the knowledge of which gives us such a gain, so it is a para Vishayatva. Then what is that knowledge? Continue.
ज्ञानानाम् इति न अमानित्वादीनां किं तर्हि यज्ञादि ज्ञेयवस्तुविषयाणाम् इति
Kim tat, but add that. Kim tat param. Still, Jnana has not come for commenting. What is that param, most exalted? Jnana. That jnana is like this. Param, most exalted is what? Jnanam, which is placed apart in the first line of the verse. Jnanam. And it is what? Sarvesham jnananam uttamam. It is the best among all types of knowledge. Best. I recall a statement made by a great Mahatma. Not ordinary Mahatma, that is, others may know not, but I know it. It's a great Mahatma. Recently means maybe 2-3 years back. Wait, within next 10-15 years, there will not be much demand like today for engineers, doctors, and professionals. Not that they are not required, he didn't say that, but that demand for them as today. There is a great demand for Vedantins, not as a career, but demand as a necessity. It was also told Sanskrit by that time, 10-15 years or so, Sanskrit will be learned more than English. At places, Sanskrit will be official language. Youngsters can make a note of it. Come whatsoever, one thing is certain, that Bharat, India, is going to regain its status as the Jagat Guru. The photo finish is going to be by 2086. But the trend will be seen within 10-15 years. Anyway, so whether we are there or not, before that, let us take advantage of Param Jnanam. Means Gita Upanishad that are studying that and imbibing, putting in practice in our life. Means our way of living should not be at variance with the truth that is revealed in Adhyatma Vidya. I love myself. And if that myself is the Chaitanya in all, what stops this person from loving all? Is it not me, Chaitanya in all? Can anyone point out even a slight exception to this? Why hatred? Because values for some rotten things is there. Overcome those values for rotten things. Sarvam khaluidam Brahma. Everything is Chaitanya, Chaitanya basis on which this edifice of Jagat stands. Remove Chaitanya, where is that Jagat? The Jagat is perceived. For perception, Antakarna is necessary. For Antakarna, which gives the knowledge of Jagat in terms of Vritti's thoughts. The thoughts are made known by Chaitanya. If Chaitanya were not there, what are you going to know about it? That is the first and the last. Vrittis come and go, but Chaitanya is first and last. That is me, that is the Sarupa of everyone, including your so-called number one enemy, if at all he is there. Including the one who comes the dagger to kill you, if at all it happens. That Brahma. So what? But because of our erroneous identification with the body, I am this, that is that. He, she, it, all these levels have centered on mistaking the body as I. See, no transaction in the world is possible without taking the body as I. See, it's very interesting. One of the sadhana for a mumukshu is to be in ekanta, in solitude, keeping the smartphone off. Okay, otherwise you will be a remote, solitary place with the smartphone by your side. No smartphone, no phone also anyway. But suppose another person comes, what happens? You as an individual, in whatever manner, depending on the context, you have to relate yourself to that second individual. To relate what is necessary, identification of their body. This is what Vedanta wants to get rid of, and that's expected from us. So, if one is in ekanta, there's no question of relating with anyone. No identity with the body. But Vedanta is necessary. You know, there's a vernacular, there is a saying, Ek Jeev Sadashiv. That is generally told for a bachelor who has not got married. Anyway, but in a deeper sense, Ek Jeev Sadashiv. You just remain alone with Vedantic background. Not otherwise you'll go crazy, wanting for some company. See, you can just be in yourself. This is why ekanta is recommended for us mumukshu. So here, this is the one jnanam. Sarvesham jnananam uttamam. Best knowledge among all types of knowledge. What is the criterion? Shankara says, Uttama Phalatva. The result is the best result. Best result. I say, what is that best result? You can never see the trend of nowadays. Youngsters, while choosing the career, what they look at, what? See, there are some students, they appear for medical entrance test and engineering entrance test. Now think of it, topic wise, totally different. You can't say that person is in general medicine or in engineering. What gives quick returns? What is capable of giving more money? Is it not? And what for money? To be happy. That is what concept is. Universal concept, not a new aspect. More money, more luxury, more comfort, more happy. You think so, did not be. So, when you are rating a means or a knowledge, you are trying to find out what you are going to get in return. Here is Param Jnanam, knowledge about Parabrahma, the result of which is what? Paramananda, no dukkha, no janma marana, no destruction. Can there be any greater gain than this? That is why this knowledge is the best one. Uttama phalatva. And now, Param Jnanam, knowledge about Brahma was told. But this Jnana word was used in 13th chapter for Amanitwadi values also. So one may mistake, Bhashyakara makes it clear that no one should mistake this Jnanam Param Jnanam with Amanitwadi 20 values enumerated in earlier chapter. He clarifies, continue.
तानि न मोक्षाय इदं तु मोक्षाय इति परोत्तम शब्दाभ्याम स्तौति
You have omitted. Jnananamiti
Read.
na amanitvadena.
Read already. Okay.
Read?
Yes.
ठीक है. Jnananamiti na amanitvadena. Add there grahanam. Kim tari yajnadi neya vastu vishayanam iti. Again, add api the grahanam. Jnananam. What is jnanam? Jnananam uttamam jnanam. Among the jnana, the uttama jnana. But here, what is meant by jnana is not the amanitwadi values that is brings to our notice. By the phrase jnananamiti, na amanitwadi grahanam, amanitva, adambitva, etc. 20 values should not be taken for consideration. Word jnana doesn't refer to that amanitva. Kimtari, it is like this. Here Kimtar means, is it what? Yajnadi Vishay Jneya Vastu Vishaya Naviti. Then do you mean to say it means it pertains to the knowledge of such topics? What are those? Yajnadi Jneya Vastu Vishaya. The knowledge about sacrifice, knowledge about that ingredients, knowledge about the requirements for such sacrifice, knowledge as to how to do that, knowledge about the mantras, etc., knowledge about the result, how the result is gained, etc. Is it that way? So, Kimtari means is that further question as it were. Yajnadi Jneya Vastusha. The topics that need to be known in the context of Yajna Yagadi. Iti. Api na grahanam. Should not be taken. Here, jnana referred to cannot be taken to as amanitvadi or the knowledge about karma kanda or upasana. Why so? The reason is that read tani na mokshaya.
तानि न मोक्षाय इदं तु मोक्षाय इति परोत्तम शब्दाभ्यां स्तौति श्रोतृबुद्धिरुच्युत्पादनार्थम.
Because tani amanitvadi or knowledge about karma kanda, upasana kanda, mokshayana, directly it can't be moksha. Indirectly they help us. That is true. The context is of direct knowledge. They do not what? Serve as the direct means of gaining moksha. That should be very clear. Otherwise, Amanitva is very important. Otherwise, Bhagavad would not have told in the other chapter. Karma kanda, etc. are necessary to gain Shuddham Karma. But they are apratyaksha. They serve as indirect means, not direct. So that those are not the direct means to gaining moksha. Whereas idam tu means what? This param jnana which I am going to tell you further. Moksha. The sure means to gain moksha. Iti. Because of this reason, iti hetu. Bhagavan praises that knowledge in this verse by what? Para, Uttama, add the Jnana Shabda. Para Jnana, Uttama Jnana. By these two words, Para, most, Uttama, the best. That is Param Jnanam and Jnananam Uttamam Jnanam. It is Shabdabhya. By these two words, Para and Uttama, that knowledge word, Bhagavan word is it? Stauti, praises. Why? Shotru Buddhi Ruchutpadanartham. Utpadanartham. To create what? Ruchi. Ruchi generally means taste. Here it means interest or desire for that knowledge. To whom? Shrotru Buddhi means to create the interest or the desire in the listeners. That is not ordinary knowledge, great knowledge. Is whatever. To whom? We should have it. We should have a desire for it. It's like any advertisement. But in modern advertisement, the intention is different. Kena prakarna push the goods in your throat. This is something which is indispensable for everyone. Not. So what is the result now? Let us continue. Yajnatva.
यज्ञात्वा यद ज्ञानं ज्ञात्वा प्राप्य मुनयः सन्यासिनः मननशीलाः सर्वे परां सिद्धिं मोक्षाख्याम् इतः अस्मात् देहबन्धनात् ऊर्ध्वं गताः प्राप्ताः।
Yajnatva, having known which. See, you can't say having known which knowledge. Therefore, this means yajnanam jnatva means prapya. Yajnanam jnatva, the meaning is given prapya. The way of language. Having gained which knowledge. Munayaha, who are munayaha? Sannyasinaha. Why sannyasi? Because they have freed themselves from all other preoccupations and they are totally committed to this pursuit alone, because that type of commitment is necessary. Riding on two horses here is not possible. Total commitment to the pursuit is necessary. Sannyasinaha mananashila. But taken to Shravana, Atma Vichara, Brahma Vichara, and constantly dwelling on the reflection of it. Sarve, all, what is? Yajnavalkadayaha. Great sages like Yajnavalkya, etc. Sarve. Param Siddhim itaha gata. What is Param Siddhim? Highest accomplishment. God, Bhasya clarifies. Mokshakhya. The great accomplishment called, which is called moksha, liberation. Itaha. What is the itaha? Asma deha bandhana. From the bondage of this body in the sense. Deha bandhanam vihaya. Having got rid of the bondage of the body, which is in terms of identification with this deha tadatmya itself is samsara at practical level. Every calamitous or every asset of samsara is dependent on erroneous identification with the body. So urdhvam, having given up that identification, gataha, praptaha, they have got moksha, they give. So this way, Bhagwan is introducing the topic that he is going to teach us, which has got relevance to the earlier chapter, Kshetra Kshetrajna Vibhaga. Now, such a promise is that Param Siddhim. Is it as some election campaign claim? We'll give you free this, we'll give you that, free that, etc. Is that result guaranteed? Yes. Bhagwan makes it very clear that this result is, which is definite. Having got the Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana, moksha is definite. Nothing can take it away. That is what Bhagavan is going to point us out. We'll see.
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्याय्येन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ